Do you feel like you got into the streets, or do you just feel like the streets was there already, or like you threw yourself in that type shit? You feel like?
I kind of feel like where I was living at and the positions that I was put in, like I kind of got it handed to me, and I just had to play the cards that I was dealt type shit, because it was like, this is where I live. These are the people that I play with every day.
Right.
And if we at the mall and I see somebody that's trying to bring harm to them, we own that, because this is somebody that I'm with every day. I can't let you hurt him.
That's how you raised in the household. Like, you leave with these siblings, you make sure they safe when you come back.
Exactly, because it's like if I come back and I tell them that I let somebody do something to you, I'm getting my ass whooped regardless. So I'd rather get my ass whooped with you than to go home and get my ass whooped.
Parents is a problem, no cap. I know exactly.
Facts.
That's exactly how I used to be with my sister.
So I kind of just played the card that I was dealt. And I ain't gonna lie, I cannot complain. Because like I said, I wouldn't be who I am today.
Early on, at this age, you ain't think about no music at this point. You just living your life trying to figure out you.
To be honest, I kind of was into music a little teeny bit, because my mama do music. Well, she did music a little bit. She more into like the poetry.
Okay.
And just
Spoken
good
word
with
type
wordplay type shit. Yeah. And so I was in like talent shows and shit, and she was writing little raps, and I was like, I could write my own. Let me do my own. And then Leah is a good friend of mine. I grew up with her. That's my cousin. She's not even my friend. But she was rapping, and then all my brothers was rapping, and I was like, let me see if I could do that, because I know how to do that.
Right.
So I wrote a little rap, and it was decent, but then I ended up going to jail. You know, and there you got nothing but time.
Facts.
And so I was thinking about music. Yeah, for sure. I was thinking about music, but it wasn't really nothing that I ever thought like would get me to where I'm at right now.
Right.
Like I never thought that the raps that I was writing would have me with Mozzie in the studio type shit, you know?
So you felt like the street shit was distracting you from the music, and it was holding you back, you feel like?
No, not really. It was just me going to jail, getting caught was holding me back.
Facts.
I was just getting caught. That was what was holding me back. But the street shit wasn't holding me back because I ain't gonna lie, I've been to jail about like, damn, I be throwing out rough numbers sometimes, but I feel like off the top of my head, I want to say less than 60, but more than 40.
Ooh, that's a cold.
And that's cool. I'm not bragging. I'm not bragging.
You go through shit. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Bragging. I'm not bragging.
So what was some of the shit you was going to jail for?
To be honest, like a good 20, 30 of the times I went to jail was for violation. But
probation violations.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. But
just not wanting to confide. Just I'm gonna do me.
Fuck
these rules.
Because I was smoking, and I was like going out to events thinking I could beat my curfew, shit like that. Yeah, I was doing little shit.
I used to violate my. Go ahead. I used to violate my ass off, boy. I was lucky I got off probation. So
no, listen, my shit was unsuccessful, but I got off. I don't give a fuck what they was talking about. Y'all was getting me off.
So once you start going in and out early on, like, do you feel like jail was wild for you in there, like being a juvenile? Like, how was it?
Jail was regular. To me, it was just like a daycare. I learned Spanish in jail. I wrote most of my hit songs right now that people like. I wrote them when I was in juvenile hall. I just came home and I got a deeper voice now, and I put them on beats and monetized off of them because they was just sitting in my notebook. So it's like I said, when I be telling people that I've been to jail this many times and I've went in group homes and prison and all that shit, I don't be bragging about it.
It's part of your story.
But that really is the reason why I am sitting right here today. Like, if I would have never went through none of that, I'd just be regular,
what do you
degular.
have to rap about?
Barbie, exactly. That's why when you asked me, was the streets distracting me from my music? No, because I'm rapping about what the fuck I'm doing. And if I'm not doing what I'm rapping about, then what am I rapping about?
That's a fact. What the would you have to rap about?
Exactly. I wouldn't have nothing to talk about.
I say the same shit all the time.
Yeah,
we're not nothing to talk about.
That's why sometimes I take big hiatuses or long hiatuses. Maybe I'm using the wrong word. Somebody in the comments will correct me.
When you make life music, you have to.
I just do. But it's pretty much like, people be saying that I'm inconsistent. Well, they don't say I'm inconsistent, but they tell me I should be more consistent with my music. And I do try to be. I agree with them. However, I'm not always going through shit. I ain't broke all the time.
Right.
I'm not broken-hearted all the time. I got a man a few months out of the year. So I'm cool. I'm chilling.
Right.
So I don't be having really nothing to talk about because
So you feel like all your music come from the struggle.
Yeah, all my music come
and
from
pain.
exactly. It come from what I'm going through in that moment. And then granted, I could write about the good shit that I be going through and shit like that, but I'm going through it right now. Like I don't want to leave the good shit. So
you feel like you don't channel it the same?
No.
So you feel like when you going through good shit, you don't.
Yeah, when I'm going through good shit, I don't get good shit enough in my life to where I'm putting everything on pause and I'm embracing this good shit that's happening in my life. And then, for instance, when he cheat on me, I'm gonna be in the booth, bitch.
Mm-hmm. So you just use anything that they throw at you in life and you just, you know what I'm saying, go in the booth and go crazy and shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And I'm really trying not to do that because I really want to be more consistent. I feel like my music could really take me far. I was going to say further, but far. I don't know.
So you feel like being around who you was around got you into music, or like what you was going through, your family, like, you know what I'm saying? Like what got you exactly into music?
I feel like this was God-given, to be honest. I feel like whatever route I would have chose to take, I would have eventually ended up doing music because I right now cannot tell you how I come up with none of the raps that I come up with. I cannot tell you how I say the bars the way I say the bars and how I do none of that. I just had to realize that it was God-given. And so I feel like this just what I was just destined to do. I don't have no other choice. I've tried everything. I've been a prostitute. I've did returns at Nordstrom's. What else I done did? I done sold my food stamps. Like I done did a little bit of everything. Try to scam, slide, hit, all that. None of that works for me. I done made I've been home. I was home for a solid 2 years, and I made about a cool $15,000 total. 2 years.
Why you feel like that? What was you doing?
Because it was not for me. I'm a rapper. I'm an artist. That was never for me. That was just to get by. I was literally hoeing just to get by day to day. That was never for me, though. That was just for me to survive in that moment. Literally. Until I realized that I'm supposed to be in the studio. I was literally on the blade when Davo and Mozzie reached out like, I need you in the studio in LA. You the dopest female artist I've ever heard. In that moment, I was like, bro, what am I doing?